welcome. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you all. Hey, everybody. Yay, I'm so happy you could all join us live. Please like the video on the way in, like the live on the way in. So grateful to have you all. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm doing this live. Yay, more of you joining. I'm so happy. I'm a little worried. I suppose it's later than I do my lives because I've been running a little bit late. But yay, grateful to have you all. Let's get into this. I'm very excited. Um, First one I'm going to be doing is Camila Cabello. I'm doing half-year predictions. So in the beginning of the year, I did predictions for lots of celebrities, people in the public eye. I'm now doing half-year predictions. So this is my second to last one. Next week will be my last one. So if you have any suggestions, please comment either in the live or just in general. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Camila Cabello. I've already shuffled the cards. Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay, I'm glad all of you joining. So I'm going to start off with Camila Cabello. As I said, I was going to do her. I feel like I've been very accurate in a lot of what I said about her. I said that she would break up, she'd end this fake relationship, and some of you Camila Cabello fans were like, she's not, she's having a fake relationship, but I strongly believe it was fake. I think she does a lot for attention, and not in a good way. I think that if she relied on her talents as opposed to her antics, people would take her more seriously. I did say that same thing with Shawn Mendes, the rekindling wouldn't work out. So let's focus. Let's see what the cards say. Thank you for joining, everybody. Welcome. First card. Well, I pulled 3 cards just to pull the energy and general energy. So this is my prediction for what's coming in the rest of 2023 because we are a little over half of the year. So Judgment, the Devil, and the Star card. So I see it very strongly, and I've picked this up continuously about her, that she is very stuck, in my opinion, and what I can see from the cards. She's kind of like stuck on wanting to be somebody, you know? I think she comes from, and actually it's funny, I live in her home city, her hometown. I know 2 people who went to high school with her. But I feel like in Miami, I feel like she has this need to prove something, especially with the Judgment and the Devil. It's almost like, you know how they say we never really get over our high school. I don't think we do. You know, I think that's why childhood trauma is so real. You know, I think some parents think that if you say you have childhood trauma, it's because of them. Yes, a lot of it is, but also who you went to high school with, the high school dynamic, those kinds of things, especially if you were bullied, and I strongly believe she was bullied, it made her want to be famous. And I have so much empathy and compassion. In fact, I think if we ended bullying, a lot of situations and monsters would not be created, you know, because hurt people hurt people. So the bottom of the deck, she loves to give off this energy that she's very strong and that nobody can really be of influence to her um, without her own doing. And I think she might be rising in Leo. I can't remember her rising, but I get very, the strength card is the Leo card. I get very Leo energy when I'm talking about her because I just feel that, like, I even remember a reading I did recently of her. I got Leo energy because she has this like needing to prove that she's strong. I do see there is somebody coming into her life that is untrustworthy. I see this person being a part of her team, her management team, and I have picked up on this person before. So I would, if I were her, steer clear of people who come to her with fake promises and they don't deliver. So let me move on. I have my roster here beside me. Let me move on. I'm going to move on to another Fifth Harmony member. I'm going to talk about Normani, excuse me. I've been talking all day, and sometimes when I talk all day, really affects how I pronounce things. So I'm really rooting for Normani. By the way, I just used the Light Years Tarot. I'm going to use a different deck over here. I'm going to use the Moonchild Tarot for her. I really think she's so beautiful, Normani. Same thing as Camila Cabello. I think she's also very beautiful. But I think the dynamic in Fifth Harmony really shaped them. I think there was a lot of bullying going on. I think there was a lot of like catty behavior, gossip. So I think after that they're very jaded. There was either the Normani's and Lauren Hodegway types that were just like, I don't want anything to do with that part of fame. And then there were the Camila Cabello type who was like, you know what, regardless of what happened to me, I'm going to be famous anyway, at all costs. So let's see. Normani. Let's see the energy of her. Okay, so with the Chariot, Six of Wands, and Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. By the way, Normani is a Sun in Gemini. I remember that very strongly. I see her focusing on like an R&B album. I really feel like she's been done wrong by the entertainment industry. And I don't think that is because of her. I just think she's had terrible management. I think she's been oftentimes set up to fail. And I don't want to make it racial because I don't think it has to do with anything racial. I think it's her not willing to see the red flags about certain people in her life. And some of those people are attached to making her quote unquote famous and pushing her music out. So I actually think she could use a little of what Camila Cabello has, and that is to be relentless sometimes. Because I feel like sometimes she pulls herself back. She's like, no, I can't do this. I can't. Like, she's too timid and isn't upfront about what she wants. And she needs to be upfront about it, especially Queen of Pentacles. I see that she wants to start a new venture, business venture, and it's going to come out, I think, October, November. There might be even a new album. But the album is linked to different brand deals. I see something with sneakers. I see different brand deals that are going to make her money, but she has to focus on really herself, unfortunately. Or sometimes fortunately, depending how we look at it. So yeah, that's what I see coming for Normani at the end of this year, or towards the end of the year. The next person I'm going to focus on is Austin Butler. Let me write it down. Austin Butler. He is so good looking. Oh my gosh. He's so good looking. I actually remember him in that show. What was it? If one of you could tell me, the Zach and Cody live, something like that, when they were all kids. I'm just almost the same age as him. He's a little younger than I am, just by like 2 years or something like that. But I remember him when he was a kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't find him attractive at all, as I don't really like young-looking people since I was very young myself. I like manly men. But now, oh my goodness, he's looking very manly and very good looking. So let us see the rest of his what that is going to look like. I also have been told that he's linked to Kaya Gerber, who's Cindy Crawford's daughter. She's so pretty, oh my goodness. But I saw them not really being together for a long time. Just because they're very different people. So that's my big. I think I get this energy that Kaya's parents want her to marry like a tech guy, like a mogul guy. And he's just not one of those guys, His energy seems very sweet, very humble. But her parents want somebody that's more like just more established for her, And I think some of that has driven him to prove them wrong, but she's not going to end up meshing out. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, Austin Butler, the rest of 2023. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Age of Swords. Okay, so as with a lot of actors, I see him really wanting to compete, and I have picked this up before actually. Compete as we'll really have to with our comrades, with our colleagues, but be different. And his sun is in Leo. I believe his moon is in Aquarius. He must have some Aquarius in some aspects. But because of this, he feels like he doesn't want to be the same. You know, five ones about competition. You can see closely, they're like competing with each other, but he doesn't want that. Eight of Swords, he wants to be different. He wants to shed his former skin. So I think that's why he took on the Elvis accent. He doesn't want to just be a regular surfer-looking guy from California. Yeah, he wants depth. He wants to have more depth, and he will. With Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I see him doing like art, starting to do art, you know, like paintings. I see that. To have depth. And I think he's gotten advice from fellow actors who are older than he is to have like some kind of depth, you know, something that gives him depth, like branching off into other kind of artistry to stand out from other people. Something like kind of something that helps him access his emotions in a healthy way. I think, you know, when I was a kid, I used to do that too. I still draw. I still do my paintings, but when I was a kid, I used to do a lot of paintings and drawings. Up until very recently, I still do that. But it really can help you access safely certain sides of you, multifaceted sides of you that other things I found have not been able to. So Three of Cups in reverse, the Chariot and the World. I see he doesn't have a lot of people or a lot of friends that he can rely on. I think he's very much a loner. That's fine. He doesn't have to be BFFs with people. I think now he's focusing on his core group and he's had to let go of a lot of friends. I think he might have even stopped drinking. I get that energy. So with the Tower and Queen of Cups, I see this being when he changes his groups of friends, that is when he and Kaya, that's her name, that's how you say it, will break up and no longer be together. So that's what I have for Austin Butler. Now let's see who. Oh, Michael B. Jordan. And then I'll end with Gigi Hadid. Some of you have been reaching out to me and asking me about him. Excuse me, about her. Saying him. Because I'm writing Michael, so my him. Okay, so maybe I should use a different deck for this. Yes, let me use the good tarot deck. Michael B. Jordan for the rest of this year. So Michael B. Jordan is a son of Aquarius. As some of you know, I'm son of Aquarius too. See a lot of similarities. Actually, well, I don't know about this. I was told my rising is a Virgo, but I don't think my time of date, my date of birth and my time of birth, are accurate. I feel like I was born later, which would make me rising in Libra. But if it were that time, then our chart would be almost identical, Michael B. Jordan and me. Because he's rising is in Virgo too. And I just get the sense, and I did say he was going to be in that. I've been almost 100% accurate about Michael B. Jordan. So let's see the rest of this year about him. I said that he was going to be in, what's that movie? Black Panther, which is so good. Oh my gosh. For me, Namor made that movie. He made it completely. Let's see, Michael B. Jordan. So I feel very strongly, and at the bottom of the deck, I got the Tower card. And I feel like and this is typical Aquarius, and I know Aquarius so well. He says all the time, I've mostly dated Aquarius, I have Aquarius in my family. And just in life, I feel like I meet a lot of Aquarius. But we like to keep a sense of mystery about ourselves because we don't like people knowing too much about us. We're very big on like privacy. I wouldn't necessarily say because we don't like people knowing about us, we just don't like people judging us. And people, one of my pet peeves as an Aquarius is when I tell somebody a story and they give me advice, they tell me what to do, and they tell me how I should fix it. I can't stand that. And when I've spoken to other Aquarius, they agree too. They're like, yeah, I don't like that either. When we tell people stories about ourselves, we just like people to listen, or we like to receive advice that's different, not just generic advice. So I think he is definitely keeping a secret. I don't feel comfortable revealing what it is, because I think that's really up to him. And I'm not in the business of telling people secrets. I think it's awful. This whole channel is about learning, growing. But I do get the sense that if he were honest about this, people would relate to it way more. I don't think it has anything to do with his sexuality, but there's things about his past that if he were open about, people would understand and would empathize with him more of, I think that sometimes, sometimes I find myself being a hypocrite. I'm like, oh, I really used to think that actors should just stay actors. I still do believe that. But I do believe if you add a sense of humanity, like humility to yourself as an actor, audiences can relate to you more. And I think that's what's lacking in his acting, is that he doesn't have a sense of human. He comes across very robotic sometimes, And that's very Aquarius. We can come across very cold. So yeah, that's if he was honest about it. And I think there have been moments. I don't think it's about his sexuality, so that's not what I'm seeing at all. But it's about his childhood, and I think he had a rough childhood. He had a rougher childhood than we realize. And I think, especially with 9 of Fire, 7 of Air, I think if he made peace with it, number one, and then let other people know in an exclusive interview or something like that, then it would humanize him. And I think when actors humanize themselves, not in a demeaning way, not when they are on political like rants and shaming people, I mean in a compassionate light, like about learning disabilities and stuff like that. I think it would shed light on different situations and people would have more empathy for them. So yeah, that's what I see about him. So let's end with Gigi. By the way, thank you everybody for joining. Somebody wrote Nessa Barrett. Oh, hi Layla. How are you doing? I see you wrote Nessa Barrett. I'm not going to do her just yet. I feel like I did one before. Maybe I will do one next week. I did say that I would ask. I'll do a 2023 half-year prediction for her next week, okay? Thank you for your suggestion. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's end with Gigi Hadid. She recently got arrested for possession of, I can't say on YouTube because YouTube is going to be strike this down. But just have a look for what happened recently with Gigi Hadid. I did say she'd be under lots of stress. I did say that, and apparently she's come out saying that she has had anxiety and so forth. And I sent her lots of love. It's horrible. Having anxiety is really horrible. I used to have anxiety. When I stopped drinking, my anxiety went down a lot. Like a lot. I haven't had a lot of anxiety lately because I stopped drinking. But, not everybody can be cured that way with anxiety. I think some people, they do need some kind of medicinal help. I'm not crazy about pills, but some people, they need some M-word help. I can't write it. I can't say it on YouTube. But it's what she was called. She was arrested for in the Cayman Islands. So let's see how the rest of the song going to unfold. I did say I saw something happening to her at the towards the end of this year that would bring her closer to Zayn. And I do strongly believe that they're going to end up together. I'm usually accurate, doesn't mean I'll be accurate here, but that's what my intuition is telling me, that they're going to end up together. Once they are humbled enough, they will revive the relationship. So, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth, Ace of Cups, and Seven of Cups. I see very strongly here. She's working a lot. And as she's working a lot, and I feel really bad for her because I feel like her mother adds to a lot of this anxiety that she has. I think she's the golden child. If you know about narcissistic motherly abuse, I think she's the golden child. And I feel for her because I think she's got a lot of, she's just got a lot of stress on her to be the perfect person, to be the perfect role model. So not even with her mother, I think also with society, And I would encourage all of us, because all of us do this, to allow people to be people, allow them to heal, allow them to grow, allow them to make mistakes, because that's really how people become their true selves. And I don't think sometimes we make space for people who are in the public light or that we love to do that, So I don't think there's anything shocking about what happened, about the arrest. I think everything's fine. I think she's going to be 100% okay. I just encourage everyone to allow her to make mistakes. Allow her to make mistakes. Page of Swords, otherwise she's going to become very secretive and hide things from people. But she's just an adult living her life. And I see lots of great things in the works for her. Lots of great things. So if you have any concerns, rather than speculating and adding to anything, just send her love, send her positivity, send her love. I think she's under a lot of stress, like I said, so just wish her well. Wish her well. So that's what I have for you all. It's been such a pleasure, this live. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the recommendations. Does anybody have anything to say? I feel like this has been the most quiet live. I think as I started later, I usually do it at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I did it at 7 p.m. Eastern time because I had a lot to do. I got a new TV that I had to install, so it took a while. But yeah, I absolutely love all of you. Next week we'll be doing more predictions. Please stay tuned and yeah, take care.